Well, hello there and welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about the one type of Christmas tree you really shouldn't be considering buying. It really is, in most cases, a complete waste of money. You're not getting what you think you're buying. Anyway, before I start, it is a lovely day today, and in the sky there's about 3, maybe 4 little aeroplanes flying around, one of which is doing the loop-the-loop. So apologies in advance for the sound quality there. Anyway, let's get on with it. What is the problem with this Christmas tree? Anyway, so we've had Christmas trees here in the UK for a bit over 150 years, ever since Queen Victoria married Prince Albert, and he brought in a tree into Buckingham Palace because it was a tradition in his native Germany. Anyway, ever since then we have had cut Christmas trees. Oh, I can't believe how many. Can you hear that? Cut Christmas trees in the UK, which you can buy every Christmas for all that time. And traditionally you would have had the Picea abies, which is commonly known as your Norway spruce, which is field grown crop. They cut it so you have no root on it. It's just the main branches of the tree. More recently, probably going back about 30-40 years, you've had the Abies nordmanniana, which is your noble fir, commonly known as your non-drop or needle-fast conifer. But again, it was a conifer where field grown, they chop the roots off at the base and they sell it to you as the trunk and branch work. So that's pretty much what you have for like the last 100 years or so. But nowadays you have some more choices, and we're going to talk about that next. So if you pop into any garden centre, any DIY store, supermarket, even the old Rogue Street traders, you're going to find yourself some pot-grown conifers, like the little ones, like your Picea albertina, Conica glauca, blue spruce. You know, there's going to be a selection. And all of these are going to be plants that are nursery grown and established in the pot and grown. So they are grown plants as you would expect when you pick up any conifer or any other plant growing in a local garden centre. You're buying a established growing with a viable root ball. Absolutely fine. However, more recently there's been a slight change, and it's a change I'm not particularly happy with, and this is what they call your potted Christmas tree, and that is the one you want to be aware of, because that, in my opinion, is a bit of a con. And for 2 reasons. It's let me explain this. To put things simply, it's winter. So Christmas, I mean, it's a Northern European holiday originally, one could suggest, and it gets very cold. All your plants that are growing outside, they are going dormant, and you can take these conifers and you can cut them, severing them from their root system, but because it's cold, they will kind of just sit there dormant. The needles are going to stay on. There isn't really a big problem, and which is why you can cut these around about the end of November and have them outside in the shops for about 6 weeks, and really not much is going to happen to them. They don't deteriorate too much, unless of course you have an unseasonably warm winter. But the problem starts to occur when you bring these indoors. As soon as you bring them indoors, temperature is so much higher, and plants regulate their temperature. You can't stop them from doing this. They regulate their temperatures by releasing moisture through stomatal pores that are found in the leaves. And if you look at a conifer needle, look underneath, you'll see like these small holes, and that's where it loses moisture. So if you've got a plant that's been heated up, it's losing moisture and has had all its roots cut off, then what happens is that plant dries up, and as part of the mechanism of survival, it will drop all of its needles, and this is where you get needle drop, and spending most of your Christmas actually hoovering up all these needles. So you can understand why people want to buy a pot-grown Christmas tree, because you can leave it in the pot. It's got a root system that's working. It can heat up, it can release moisture, you can water it again, put more moisture in it, and once you're finished with it at Christmas, you can put it back outside and do what you want with it. Plant it up, give it to somebody, whatever, I don't really care. But when it comes to potted trees, well, that's where the problems occur. Flipping potted trees. Don't buy them. bad thing. A potted Christmas tree is, again, it's another field-grown Christmas tree, like your Norway spruce or your noble fir. So they're grown in a field, but instead of having the roots cut at the base, they dig it up. They dig it up, or rip it out of the soil. But however they do it, you basically ruin the entire root system, and there's very little left. And you will often find that these, when they're in their pots, they've also got a elasticy bag that sort of like holds what the plant in the pot, so it doesn't fall apart, because the root's not established. So it is not a plant that has been allowed to grow in that pot and establish and have a viable root ball. That root ball is absolutely ruined, ripped to pieces, and conifers do not like that. The chances of that actually, even if you left it outside over the winter and didn't bring it in and you kept it in that pot, the chances of that actually rooting are minimal, absolutely minimal. So if you buy one of these thinking you're getting a bargain, because to be honest with you, compared to a container grown plant, these are fairly inexpensive. If you bring that indoors, and it's going to heat up, it's going to lose moisture, it's not going to be able to take any water in through the root system because the roots are absolutely ripped apart. So you're going to have the same effect as what you would have had with a cut Christmas tree. It's going to overheat, it's going to take in, it's going to just drop its leaves. It'll be stressed, it'll drop its leaves, so you've got an absolutely knackered plant at the end of it. So you think you bought a pot grown established tree, but what you've bought is a load of crap in a pot that isn't going to take and is going to give you the same effect for twice the price at least. So my advice is just to stay away from potted Christmas trees. Pot grown Christmas trees, absolutely fine. Probably your best bet, especially if you can get a decent. I'll tell you what, I've seen some absolutely gorgeous blue conifers. Wonderful. What are they called? Not one of the Korean ones. If I remember what it is, I'll put it up there. But some absolutely stunning selected seedlings of some blue pines. Wonderful. And if you get one of those, then you've hit on a bargain actually, because if you try to buy that from a commercial grower, it's going to cost you 2-3 times the price. But it's not about the price, it's about having that lovely effect in your house. So cut Christmas trees, do you want to stick with those? That's absolutely fine. People love them and still popular, and they are sold by the bucket load. Pot grown Christmas trees, probably your best use of spending your money. But potted Christmas trees, no. So to conclude, and before we start, let's get a little bit of Christmas music. Get into the spirit of things. Potted Christmas trees, avoid like the plague. It's a terrible idea. People ripping you off for the money. Cut Christmas trees, absolutely fine. You know what you're buying, you know you're going to throw it away anyway, and you're supporting local producers. And pot grown, establishing the pot root balls are probably your best choice for where you want to spend your money. Anyway, Merry Christmas, and hopefully you enjoyed that video. If not, well, thank you for watching it this far, that's appreciated. And before I go, I've got one last message from me. In the past, when the days were warm, the sun was bright, it was like the Mediterranean, and the fragrant scents from the garden, absolutely wonderful. Whereas today we do have sun, but other than that, it's absolutely freezing. A Merry Christmas to you. I'll see you later. Right, now, just before you go, if you want to see more content, more behind the scenes stuff, and images that I've taken of some weird freaky plants over the years, then you're in luck, because we've created an Instagram page. So you can find the link in our description, you can find the link on our main page, and if I'm clever enough, I might be able to get a link somewhere up there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more YouTube stuff, then check out this video here. That's quite a good one. And if it doesn't float your boat, then another one right there. And enjoy these while I still got the strength, imagination and aptitude to make them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.